Welcome back to Bike Update, the channel where we explore machines that make enthusiasts stop and pay attention. Today, we're diving into something unexpected, something that feels like a blast from the past but reimagined for a new era. The 2026 Mercury Cougar. Yes, you heard that right, the Cougar is back. For years, people wondered if Mercury's nameplate would ever return, and in 2026, the Cougar makes its comeback as a modern performance car with roots deep in muscle car history. This isn't just about nostalgia, it's about breathing life into a classic while preparing it for a world that looks very different from when the original rolled onto the streets. When you think of the Cougar, you probably picture it as the stylish cousin of the Mustang, sharing DNA but offering its own unique flavor. That identity hasn't been lost in the 2026 version. The designers leaned into the Cougar's reputation for blending performance with sophistication. On first glance, the new Cougar looks sleek, low, and aggressive, but not overdone. The front end is sharp, with a bold grille that gives a nod to its heritage, flanked by slim LED headlights that stretch toward the fenders. The hood has subtle creases that hint at power underneath without screaming for attention. Along the sides, the body is sculpted with smooth, flowing lines that make the car look fast even when standing still. At the rear, the Cougar's signature taillight treatment has been modernized with a connected LED bar and sequential indicators. It's a car that feels fresh but respectful of the name it carries. Step inside and the transformation becomes even more apparent. The 2026 Cougar embraces the digital age, with a cabin that feels futuristic while maintaining a driver-focused design. The dashboard is dominated by a wide digital display that stretches from behind the steering wheel to the center stack. It's customizable, crisp, and fluid, letting the driver prioritize performance data, navigation, or entertainment as needed. The center console has been cleaned up, with touch-sensitive controls and haptic feedback replacing many of the physical buttons, though Mercury wisely kept tactile switches for essentials like climate and drive modes. The materials used in the cabin elevate the Cougar beyond being just a performance car. Soft touch leathers, aluminum trim, and optional carbon fiber inserts give the interior a premium feel. The seats are supportive yet comfortable, designed for spirited driving but cushioned enough for long trips. Ambient lighting runs through the cabin, creating a mood that changes with the drive mode you select. In comfort, it glows softly. In sport, it sharpens into a bold red or blue. It's small touches like this that make the Cougar feel alive. Of course, a Cougar can't just be about looks and comfort. Performance is at the heart of this revival. The 2026 lineup offers multiple powertrains to suit different drivers. At the entry level, there's a turbocharged 4-cylinder that's no slouch, delivering strong horsepower with efficiency in mind. Step up, and you get a hybrid system that pairs a turbocharged engine with electric motors. This not only boosts power but also delivers instant torque, making launches feel exhilarating while still offering respectable fuel economy. For the enthusiasts, the top-of-the-line Cougar packs a twin-turbo V6 hybrid system that pushes serious performance numbers. We're talking acceleration that rivals traditional V8 muscle cars, but with the benefit of modern technology and lower emissions. Handling has been another major focus. The chassis has been stiffened, the suspension is adaptive, and steering is tuned to give precise feedback. Whether you're weaving through city traffic, carving up a canyon road, or opening it up on a highway, the Cougar feels composed and responsive. Drive modes adjust throttle sensitivity, steering weight, suspension firmness, and even exhaust sound. In Sport Plus, the car sharpens like a razor. In comfort, it settles into an easygoing cruiser. This flexibility makes the Cougar more than just a weekend toy, it's a car you can live with every day. Technology plays a huge role in the 2026 Cougar. Safety systems like adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot monitoring come standard. Higher trims offer semi-autonomous driving features, letting the car handle highways under supervision. The infotainment system supports wireless connectivity, voice commands, and over-the-air updates, meaning your car continues to evolve long after you drive it off the lot. There's also an integrated performance app, which lets you track lap times, acceleration runs, and even share driving stats with friends online. But beyond all the tech, the Cougar has something that matters more: character. It's easy for modern cars to feel sterile, but the Cougar manages to feel personal. Part of that comes from the sound. Engineers tuned the exhaust to deliver a throaty growl in sportier trims, a sound that blends with the futuristic whir of electric assistance. It's different from the muscle car roar of the past, but it's still engaging, still emotional. Another part comes from design details that nod to its heritage: the Cougar emblem on the steering wheel, the silhouette etched into the side mirrors, even the welcome animation on the digital cluster that shows the classic Cougar leaping across the screen. These are the touches that make you smile every time you get behind the wheel. So, who is the 2026 Cougar for? It's for drivers who want a performance car that respects tradition but embraces the future. It's for those who appreciate style and refinement without sacrificing excitement. It's for people who don't want the same car everyone else has, who want something a little different, a little more special. The Cougar was always about being the alternative to the obvious choices, and in 2026, that spirit is alive and well. In a market crowded with crossovers and electric SUVs, bringing back a sporty coupe might seem risky. But the Cougar proves there's still a place for cars that stir emotions, that make driving more than just commuting. It's not just about horsepower or features, it's about how the car makes you feel. And if the early impressions are anything to go by, the 2026 Mercury Cougar makes you feel excited to drive again. The return of the Cougar also signals something bigger. It shows that automakers are listening to enthusiasts, that there's room for heritage to coexist with innovation. It's not about living in the past, it's about learning from it and building something new. And that's exactly what Mercury has done here. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 2026 Mercury Cougar. If you enjoyed this breakdown, stick with Bike Update, where we bring you stories about the machines that matter, whether it's 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or anything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.